the way it goes. Just the way it goes. Degrees.
Sadistic Penguin Studios presents It's Getting Drafty in Here.
Drafty old farm.
The show of drafting random nonsense.
I choose business ethics.
And now, coming to you from his basement, a.k.a. Draft Headquarters, your host and Draft Master, Magnificent Stan.
Hello, welcome to episode 48 of It's Getting Drafty in Here. I am your host, Magnificent Stan. Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. And today is part 3 of a 3-series run here of movies from 40 years ago, 30 years ago, and today was 20 years ago. Joining me again for another episode is our friend Katelyn Reeves. How are you, Katelyn?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It's always wonderful to have you here. I do apologize. We do seem to have a little bit of feedback here, but we'll work our way through it. Also joining me, Sadistic Penguin Studios, King Lynchpin, we'll call you at this point. Been part of the crew for a while now. At the show host, hook up on music host, our guy Tony. What's going on, Sugar Baggy?
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. That was me or myself there, not more than
right on.
Thank you for having me.
Always fun, especially when we do movies and music. You're my go-to. So appreciate it. Sorry, Peter. I don't think we're gonna do 2014 movies because I don't watch movies anymore because they're trash. No, I'm kidding. All right. So Tony, you did win the lottery. So why don't we just get moving here and you have the number one pick?
All right. Usually I don't get to talk about cartoons too much, so I'm gonna pick what I deem to be probably my favorite cartoon of all time, which came out this year, and that was Pixar's The Incredibles.
Oh, nice.
That's the movie with Jim Tomey, right?
Yes, it is. Or the Muffler Man, if you are familiar with him. Craig T. Nelson does the voice of Incredible. The Incredibles. That's why I like them so much, because you wouldn't think Craig T. Nelson would be in such a big Disney movie in the mid-2000s, but I thought it was a pretty awesome movie, and it's not only it feels like a movie that could fit across multiple different generations. It's good for kids, adults like it too. Samuel L. Jackson is great as Frozone. Maybe I'm echoing
a little bit. It's okay. Keep going. You're good. I think your connection will just your mic's off now. I think your connection will just get better as we go.
Am I still echoing? Maybe I'm not echoing anymore.
Sound a little better. Yeah, you sound better now.
Sounds better.
Yeah.
My stupid microphone. So again, that's why I picked this movie, because I think it is really awesome and probably one of the best Pixar movies, if you're not including Toy Story and stuff like that.
Truth, I have never actually watched this movie all the way through.
Really?
I didn't have a problem with it from what I saw or anything like that. I just never finished. Seems like a charming ass movie for sure.
Yeah, I've seen the first two. They're pretty good. I didn't think to pick a Pixar movie. Good choice.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we had an animated movie picked first.
Yeah, it's true.
Why not? Something different. Keep the show different.
Now that's a good draft we could do down the line of animated movies, or we could just do all Disney movies. I think we'll do that.
Ooh, yes.
But yeah, no, that's a good one. Let me look it up. It was 5th at the domestic box office in 2004. So made $248 million in the United States.
Fun fact, I was in Hollywood once when I was like 18, and I'm walking along Hollywood Boulevard, and this guy dressed up as the Incredibles tried to like hit on me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm more of a Finding Nemo fan, but thank you very much. And I just ran away from him. But it was so awkward getting hit on by someone dressed as the Incredible.
So it wasn't. It actually wasn't. It was Jim Tomey. Jim Tomey was hitting on you.
I was like, this is awkward. But I just thought it was funny. It reminded me of that.
All right. It seems like all of our audio issues are over now. So just a heads up. Sounds like everything's going smooth now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pick here. I was not expecting you to pick The Incredibles, honestly. I am going to go. I think I'm just going to go with the obvious one. It's our poster for tonight. I'm going to go Anchorman. A lot of people watched the first time they watched it, didn't like it, my wife included, and then she watched it again and said it's fucking hilarious. So it's just one of those you just gotta close down your brain when you watch it because it's so dumb, you know.
That's how I am. I've watched it once. I think I gotta give it another try.
I remember at first I had really no interest. I at first was not into Will Ferrell very much, and then I remember exactly. I was at Ball State and was in the right frame of mind, if you know what I'm talking about, and it was. And I fell off the couch laughing super hard. There are parts in this movie, especially with I like the mock. It's the whole fight scene when they're out in the middle of the street with Ben Stiller and Tim Robbins and all of them. But again, I've tried to. It's a good movie. The second one, I didn't like.
Oh, the second one's just awful. I think I gave up after 15 minutes. But the whole cast for this movie, you take Will Ferrell out of it, and it's still just Paul Rudd's so good in that. The whole Sex Panther part, and it's Vince Vaughn is the villain, and I'm not a big Vince Vaughn guy, but he's pretty phenomenal in this. So. ¿Cómo están, bitches? Thank you, Baloney.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be that's going to be a fan favorite, Anchorman.
Sam's never heard of it. Maybe you guys should watch it tonight.
He quotes it all the time.
I'm sure.
Steve Carell's great in the movie.
I should have. I think Merlin Olsen's dead though, Kevin. So I can't have him on my pod. But if you like, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. All right, Katelyn, let's keep moving here. Let's make this a 20-minute draft. No, I'm kidding. You got two here.
All right. So for my first one, this is definitely one of my Desert Island movies. I watch this all the time with my brothers growing up. It's a good laugh. It's going to be Without a Paddle. It's one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
I love that movie so much. Got Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dak Shepard, and it's just fucking hilarious.
Wow. I was expecting one of us to pick it at some point. I just didn't. Wow. Good, good stuff.
That's my number one. It's so good. I could quote, I think I probably know like every word. It's ridiculous, but it's so good. Too funny. Matthew Lillard is underrated in my opinion.
He is. Very underrated.
Very underrated. But yeah, I thought it was just a good trio. I was laughing the whole time.
If you like Matthew Lillard, have you ever watched SLC Punk?
I've not.
I'm sure Tony has, yes, but you should watch it. He's really, really, really good in it. It's a really good movie about just growing up as a punk rocker in fucking Salt Lake City. It's kinda, the name kind of fits. So
gotcha, yeah,
like growing up in the land of Mormons and the land of, not being able to find good beer and not being, just the life of living a punk rock lifestyle in a place that doesn't really support a punk rock lifestyle in any capacity.
Interesting. So. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I'll definitely give it a try though. I like him.
Yeah, it's really it's sad and funny at the same time. So
yeah.
But yeah, he's great in everything. I mean, he was good in Scream. He was good in, even like that shitty baseball movie, Summer Catch. He's like one of the few bright spots, and some are catch even. So
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites for sure.
right.
And adding on to the movies, I probably shouldn't have been watching this when I was 12, but I had older brothers. My next pick, you gotta give me Euro Trip. I love that movie.
It's funny, Brandy and I have been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer last week or so, and towards the tail end of the show, Michelle Trachtenberg gets included as Buffy's sister.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, Euro Trip. I haven't seen it in years. That movie's fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's just I haven't watched it in a bit. I heard Sam through the floorboard, I think like a week or two ago, watching it, and I was just like, oh, I gotta watch that again. It's so good. I think I probably burnt out my DVD when I was 12 years old watching this with my brothers. It's too quotable. Scotty doesn't know. Miss Scoozy. It's hilarious.
the part with the street performers always cracks me up. And I can tell you from personal experience, drinking absinthe, like real, like European absinthe. Yeah, you lose. Lose your fucking mind.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like, "Is this stuff real?" Like I had no idea, but it's hilarious.
I literally have had like smuggled in absinthe with like real wormwood in it, and it's
oh my goodness,
it's an experience. I'll tell you that.
Oh Lord,
yes.
Yeah, that whole movie is just hilarious, from their Amsterdam red light district scenes to literally everything. Cooper's hilarious. It's a good one, but yeah, those are my two funnies.
Sweet. That's it. So Sam Reeves' wife is gonna pick two comedies to start the draft.
Yeah.
Tell me, are you guys made for each other?
He might not say that about the other picks.
I was very impressed that you like Road Trip that much.
Road Trip's one of my favorites.
It's such a classic.
I couldn't believe Sam's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Sit down right now."
That's what he said.
And I said, "You will love this movie." And then honestly, Road Trip, Euro Trip, kind of all in the same scheme.
Oh yeah, they're
so
good.
Makes sense that I love both.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go. Well, I want to mention real quick that before we started, I had my list already, and I was totally like jazzed up. I told you guys in the pre-show, totally just really amped up to draft Big Fish because it's one of my favorite movies ever.
Well, wasn't that?
And it was made in 2003, so
gotcha.
We can't pick it. So
my car.
I'm gonna keep the silly. We've had three straight silly movies. I'm gonna keep going with I'll go Napoleon Dynamite here. So.
I knew you were gonna pick that one. I had a feeling.
That was another one. It's like Anchorman. The first time I watched it, I was like, "What is this bullshit?" And then the second time, I'm like, "This is fucking great."
Yeah. So it's the same thing back to back with me. I was like, I said, I think I need to give it another try because it's been so many years since I've seen them for the first time.
I caught you, delicious bass. Oh, that's another like totally character-driven movie. Like everybody is so good in it, and it's not just him. His, Kip is great, and LaFonda, and even the grandma. Like it's a great movie.
Tina, oh my gosh, I remember all the swag that came from this movie. Almost every single person in my middle school. Oh my god, it was just.
I think everybody owned a Pedro shirt. See, I wish I was in high school when this came out. I was. In 2004, I was 23, so definitely wasn't.
Gotcha.
The musical number with Jamiroquai.
So good. It's such a great song too.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's one of those movies. It has that kind of like Wes Anderson-y kind of feel, where like everything seems kind of retro, but it's not. It's modern. Like just the way it was filmed and just the way people are dressed. I know it takes place in Wyoming, right?
I think
it's like the middle of fucking nowhere, so it makes sense that technology isn't there and whatever. But it just kind of, I always thought it had that like Wes Anderson kind of feel to it. Like everybody kind of marched to their own beat, and it seemed old.
Yeah, those are definitely like two of the biggest movies I would say of 2004 for sure.
Was it Utah Shankster? Okay.
Two popular ones, two good ones.
Tina,
All
eat your food.
I gotta watch those two again. I think I'd like them.
My favorite part is when Kip's all like thugged out and going out with LaFonda, and he's like, "Peace out, Napoleon."
I feel like we had never seen anything like Napoleon Dynamite and Anchorman. Like I feel like it was hard. It was just like something new. I feel like
very unique. Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Without a Paddle always seemed like, I forgot to mention this, always kind of seemed like almost like The Deer Hunter, but as a comedy.
Gotcha. I've been chatting with babes all day.
I've been chatting with babes all day. Thanks, Drew. Oh man. All right, Tony, you got two here.
All right. I'm gonna go with probably one of my favorite superhero movies, and that is Spider-Man 2.
That's a popular one. It's a good one.
Macho Man's not in it, so it's not a good one.
I think Doc Ock, though, as a bad guy,
yeah,
at the time period, did a really good job.
And the transformation of his friend turning into,
yeah, definitely,
or at least learning what his dad did.
And Tobey Maguire, didn't think he could pull these movies off, but
he was a great Spider-Man. I thought the third one was like super rushed and they fit like 3 movies into one, but yeah, the first 2 were aces for sure. Yeah. Now that was the number 2 highest grossing movie of the year.
It's pretty up there, I think.
So yeah, it was number 2. I don't know where our other ones were. They're way down.
Yeah, when I was scrolling the list, I was like, "Yep, there's my movies at the bottom."
Anchorman was 27th. Without a Paddle was 54th. Without a Paddle did better than I thought.
Bad.
58 million. I don't remember it really getting that much praise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not sure.
I thought it was one of those that did well on the rental market.
Yeah, that's what I felt like too, but
guess not.
I guess it did better. Is Tobey Maguire your guys' favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Debatable. Save for another show.
The newest Spider-Man, Tom Holland, he's done
Tom.
He's done a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think
Spider-Man 3 just left a bad taste in my mouth, but Spider-Man 2 and 1 are pretty good, and for that time period. But Tom Holland does a good job too.
Yeah,
you have to be one of those people who are like, he's so much better, and everyone else sucks. And
I feel like they all did well. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew, I think Drew's opinion. I think this is I think this is pretty much what Tom Holland all the way, but Toby's the one that we grew up with. I honestly have not. I watched the first one with Tom Holland. I haven't watched everything, so.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Spider-Verse cartoons. Those were fucking better than any of the movies, I thought.
Those are the only ones I haven't seen. Sam loves those.
Oh my god, they're so good. They're so well done. All right, Tony, you got another one here.
All right, I'm gonna go. I like this movie a lot, and it's really, really a dark movie. It stars Ashton Kutcher. It is The Butterfly Effect.
Good one.
At the time, I mean, honestly, when you watch this movie and you think of everything else with Ashton Kutcher, it really feels different than everything else he's done. It's
you weren't expecting that for sure when that came out. Yeah,
and it's a really, really actually shot well. And I remember too, I've shown it to people who would not have ever seen this movie if I've never shown it to them, and they're like, "This was a good movie." It's a good. At the end, leaves you thinking. But I like this one a lot.
Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, and their kids are huge Caitlin Clark fans.
Oh, interesting.
They're like real into the WNBA. And
I think he's from Iowa, right?
Yeah,
Ashton. I think he's from Iowa, so gotta get some Iowa love.
Did he know where his car was? No, Brandy. That's what the butterfly effect
what
is.
What does mine say? I don't think I ever watched this one because if I remember correctly, somebody was explaining to me one of the scenes, and I immediately went, "Nope, not watching this." And I think it's this one. But
No, that was Requiem for a Dream. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I heard this one was pretty dark. But a lot of people loved it though.
It's pretty much like the idea that if you could go back and change things, would you? Could you? I mean, it's and again, we're talking about, dude, where's my car here? Trying to pull that off, which is in itself is a feat in itself. Even what's his name's in the movie. What's his name? Oh, he was in I think My Name is Earl. His friend. I'll look it up here in a second here. But really, again, all around good movie. That I think it definitely 2004 for that time period a little bit spoke. Ethan Suplee is the actor's name I'm thinking of.
Oh, gotcha.
But he was but good movie though.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
I think I've gotten to the bottom of the whole Big Fish confusion on my end. Is it came out in December of 03.
Oh, so close.
It was listed in the top 50 for grossing movies, so that's why I thought that makes sense.
Almost.
I'm so stupid. God, stupid. All right. I think I want to keep going silly here.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Shaun of the Dead.
Ah. The spoof.
Yeah, anything we could spoof something ridiculous, like spoofing ridiculous is you can't beat it. And it's funny because Dawn of the Dead came out the same year, and usually they don't do that kind of shit. Usually they wait a year or two before they make fun of stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Shaun of the Dead. The scene with the Queen playing in the background where he's running around, it's like still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So I think he's playing. I like the end where he's playing video games with his friend who's a zombie, and they're like just hanging out in the shed, like playing video games. There's too many like really, really ridiculous scenes in that one. So
I don't know if I've seen Shaun of the Dead, but I have definitely seen some other spoofs, and they're always they're always fun to watch.
Yeah, spoof movies are always the best. Airplane's still top 3-4 for me in terms of just movies, period. So
I mean, they really don't do good spoofs anymore. I mean,
no.
Yeah, when's the last time there's been a spoof?
One that's been like, wow, this is
probably like the scary movie ones.
Yeah,
I think like they did like a vampire one. I want to
they
say
did. Dance Flip,
yeah.
disaster movie. I mean, they're all not as good as they usually are, but usually a couple laughs.
Because they have to kind of, they can't toe the line anymore. They have to stay away from the line. That is what it is.
Were good. Not another teen movie. Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's
teen movie.
But I feel like it's hard to make those in today's world.
Very underrated spoof movie. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Classic. Now I won't be drafting this movie tonight, but there was one made in 1994 called Silence of the Hams. Have you ever heard of this movie, Brian?
I believe I've seen it actually. I don't.
Yes,
I don't remember. It was bad, but it was funny.
Don DeLuise plays Hannibal Lecter, but this is the best part.
You know what? Maybe I haven't seen that one.
This is the best part. Okay, it stars Billy Zane. Okay, he plays the detective, but his detective name, Joe D. Foster. Joe E. Foster.
Are you serious?
Joe then D. Foster. I remember this since I've been 11 years old. I've never forgotten this because I was like,
crap.
Joe, that's pretty. It's a bad. That's pretty genius.
I can guarantee you, my wife is sitting upstairs right now, going, "We need to watch Silence of the Hams."
I believe it's on Tubi for free. So look, it's worth it.
It would be free on Tubi. It would be.
There you go.
Oh man. Alrighty then. Yeah, Katelyn, if you haven't seen I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, you and Sam should watch that one.
I'll add it to my list.
It's the Wayans family. It's their first movie.
Oh, okay.
And they make fun of like Shaft, like those kind of movies.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's really good.
Interesting. I'll give it a try.
All right, you got two here.
I know. I'm debating, do I keep with the funnies or do I go more serious? I don't know. Because I love Adam Sandler so much, I think I've got to snag 50 First Dates. I love that movie. It's a good one.
Do you mind if you want me to put some peanut butter cups in your eggs?
Peanut butter cups and some spam.
I'm gonna say no. Troy doesn't need to be drafted, Drew. But if somebody would like to draft it, they can.
But to be fair, Drew, it is on my list here. I do enjoy Troy, but I probably will not be drafting it.
Troy, when I was looking up like the box office numbers, like it didn't do that well here, but overseas it like clobbered. It was like the second highest grossing movie or third highest grossing movie worldwide.
Ridiculous.
But
yeah,
50 First Dates. Anytime you put Sandler and Drew Barrymore together, they always do pretty well.
The dynamic duo. Yeah, it's not my number one choice for Adam Sandler movie, but it's up there though. Like obviously, I grew up on Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, all that. But this was like it's still funny, like but like with a little bit more like more serious parts than I feel like it's other movies. But I like it. I think it's a good one.
I totally forgot about Sean Astin as the
steroid.
It's a protein shake.
And then he starts moving. He's wearing his like mesh top.
Oh man. Rob Schneider's really funny in that too. And I it's hard for me to admit that because Rob Schneider's a big piece of shit. But yeah, he's very good. That's one of the few Adam Sandler movies Rob Schneider's in where I'm like, yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he always sneaks them in there somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, I was debating on that one, but I like it. I'll keep it.
When I start doing the other show, which is just basically Drafty Pod, but shorter time topics, we'll do an Adam Sandler draft. Adam Sandler movie draft.
That would be a good one. Definitely a good one.
Yep. So that's coming down on the way at some point. But all right. 50 First Dates. You and I are just trading comedies.
Pretty much. Right. I realize now that I'm going next again. Oh no. I've got a whole list. I don't know what to pick.
Please follow up 50 First Dates with Hotel Rwanda.
Oh man.
$1 Million Baby. Following.
So from my last two, I'm not picking both the next picks, don't worry. But for my next picks, I'm gonna go with the movies we definitely watched on repeat in school, but they were also good and nostalgic. So for my next one, I'm on the next one, right?
You're in, Drew. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I will be picking Miracle.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? You're like, what?
That's a little, it's not a bad. I'm not saying it's a bad movie or anything.
Oh no, it's not like I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, the best movie. But for my last two, I was like, what did I watch a lot? And it was definitely Miracle, and the one I'll be picking after this. I don't know. I liked it. Like it's just because it's like one of those things where I watched it so much, like in school and growing up. So like when I saw it as like an 04, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm sure I could pick other ones, but I figured I'd give it a whirl.
Okay. Yeah, there's not too many. You know what's funny is there's not too many hockey movies that are serious. Mm-hmm. Most of them are comedy or slapsticky.
Yeah.
Which is
But yeah, I thought Kurt Russell was definitely great in it.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
How does it end?
How does it end?
I like Sam's response.
He just walks on.
But yeah.
Is that the best serious hockey movie? A question for both of you in the chat.
I mean, I definitely grew up more with like, Mighty Ducks, I feel like, but this one's close to that. I feel like that was like the two we watched the most as kids, because remember I was only 12 when this came out, and like I said, I feel like this and spoiler for my last pick was like every in school movie ever, and so I feel like it's just instilled in my brain. So I feel like that was popular for my age. That and Mighty Ducks.
So wait, the other movie's gonna be Team America. You watched it in school.
Yeah, Sam would love for me to pick that one. I was wondering.
My favorite serious hockey movie is Mystery Alaska.
I was going to bring that up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
A couple years ago, I went on like a hockey watching movie.
Yeah.
That was part one of them, and I was like Russell Crowe. When did I miss this movie? But really good movie. Goon with Sean.
That's a comedy though.
That's serious? You'll take that serious? No, you're right. No, I would say that Miracle and Mystery Alaska are about, because even Mighty Ducks got some comedy in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Slapshot.
04,
Slapshot's very serious.
Oh yeah.
All right. Good pick. I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it in many, many years.
Yeah, it's been a little bit for me, but I remember it was good.
All right. The run on comedies are over.
I know I ruined it with Miracle.
So I have the number 3 and the number 1 on my list already. Napoleon Dynamite was my number 1 on the list. I didn't think you guys would draft it, so I let it sit. Anchorman was number 3. My number 2 is Kill Bill Volume 2.
Ah,
Ooh, Kill Bill Volume 2.
those are good movies.
What am I wearing? It's a Ninja Turtles shirt.
I was gonna wear your
Who's your favorite turtle?
I hate it here shirt, but then I was so cold. Sorry.
Who are your favorite turtles?
Who are my favorite turtles?
Who are your favorite turtle?
I gotta go Donatello.
Yeah, that was mine and my twins' favorite. Gotta go purple.
Me too. Look at that. We need Donatello's right here.
Leonardo's a stuck up jerk.
Yeah.
Raphael's just a prick.
He is.
And then Michelangelo's a dumbass.
Yeah.
So let's go with the smart one. And he beats people up with a big ass stick. Come on. But yeah, Kill Bill Volume 2, just as good as the first one. I mean, didn't they come out like together almost? Like, didn't Volume 2 come out like a couple months after the first one?
Yeah.
Or like a year, whatever. Yeah, I loved I love Tarantino just digging into those like kung fu genres, like the weird like scenes with like the music in the background, like just yeah, it's a fun watch. You would love for them to make some type of sequel later on where what's her name's daughter kills Uma Thurman. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, David.
I haven't seen that in a while. It's good though.
Yep, David Carradine was really good in it. And then of course he just ended up hanging out. Get it? He hung himself.
Dude.
All right.
Dude.
Bad joke. Bah.
Bad Brian. Bad.
I was looking at my list and I missed it. And then when I caught the hang, I was like, darn.
So that was a first on Drafty Pod, an autoerotic asphyxiation joke. All right.
All right.
We'll just roll into that. What do we got now, Tony?
All right. All right. I'll pick a ridiculous comedy movie here. I'm gonna go with Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, I was debating on that one, and then I went with Miracle. I think I made a mistake. It's a good one. The Christmas one, top tier though.
love hardcore comedies, and Harold and Kumar is pretty hardcore. You've got, of course, an amazing performance by Doogie Howser. Of course,
Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris has better comedy timing than anybody I've ever seen. If you watch How I Met Your Mother for like 10 minutes, you're like, this guy's fucking funny, man.
But really, I think just again, the title too. When I saw it, when it first is like, what is this going to be?
Yeah.
Is this going to be good? For every title like this, there's like 5 bad movies. So it's like, okay, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to end up being an advertisement for White Castle.
Yeah.
Which it
kind of
was.
We all thought it was going to be dumb, and then we all watched it. We're like, whoa, what is this? And then we all loved it.
True. It's true.
Another one that I shouldn't have been 12 years old watching, but I did it anyway.
It got a couple sequels, Drew.
Yeah. The Christmas one. I love the 3D.
Oh yeah, that was
Where
fun.
the glasses and the puff of smoke's coming at
That
you.
was fun. That was fun at the theater. Yes,
Yeah, I like Sam and I. That's on our rotation every Christmas.
it's a good one. It's a very good one. All right, this is tough. I mean, there's a lot here. Okay,
Yeah, this was a better year for movies than I thought.
it was. I mean, I'll go with. You know what? I'll pick. Oh man.
I know it's
Hotel
so hard.
Rwanda.
I'm gonna do something that no one's ever done. I gotta take a breath here for a second. All right, here. Because this is, I mean, there's a lot of movies, okay? Like I know
There's no wrong answer.
I know neither one of you, and I'm not gonna pick it, but my heart, you wouldn't believe it, but I really, really enjoy, which I read an article today about, is The Notebook. I love The Notebook.
Oh, yes.
But I won't be picking The Notebook tonight, but I just wanted to tell you that is what's left.
I was like, did you just fucking pick The Notebook?
No, I did not pick The Notebook. I was telling you, which I'm sure we'll go over here, movies that we did not pick. You know what? I'll go with my horror movie here. I'll go with Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead, huh?
There we go. Look at that.
I saw that at the theater, and I remember pretty vividly. Like, I mean, I remember the story obviously, but it was really well done.
one of the first movies where they really started. The zombies started moving in a different way than the olden days, where they moved really slowly. It was more fast pace.
Yep.
It was again, and it's the first movie by Zack Snyder, who went on to do Superman and all these other movies. If this movie wasn't a success, which I believe it made pretty good at the movie.
And James Gunn wrote it too, right?
Yeah.
And he wrote the script. I mean, obviously Romero wrote the idea, but
But yeah, I mean, made 4 times its budget back for a horror movie, rated R. Not bad, $100 million. But
yeah.
Again, I like looking at lists like this, and I like if I was to sit down and watch it, I got a little bit of everything here. I got superheroes and cartoons and horrors and weird mind movies, and I'm going to White Castle, so I picked Dawn of the Dead.
I remember Ving Rhames being fucking great in that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, Phil from what's it called? Is in it?
He's in it. Ty Burrell.
Yeah.
Mekhi Phifer from 8 Mile.
I forgot Mekhi Phifer was in that. Okay, yeah.
And as you mentioned, Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Ving Rhames.
Gotta love Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames is great in everything.
I didn't realize that Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead were the same year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I think they probably they knew what Dawn of the Dead was because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, not a sequel, but a remake. So yeah. All right. We had a comment a little while ago here.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I can't believe this dropped.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. You know what, Drew? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go
Brian's
ahead and take
stacked. Brian's list is stacked.
Yeah, it's not. I like dodgeball. I really, really like dodgeball. I don't love dodgeball. I don't think I don't think it holds up with some of the best comedies ever. But it's funny as hell. You can watch it 300 times and still find it funny. So
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you guys remember when you bought the DVD? It came with a little blow up wrench. I feel like I'm the only one that remembers that when I ask people about it. You got like a little blow up wrench in it. The days of getting excited if there's a little toy in the DVD.
Yes, we have heard, Sean. We have heard the theory that White is the guy from
Oh, interesting.
Yep, that was one. I think when we drafted, we did a draft for comedy villains.
Yeah, for Tony Perkins is one of them.
Yeah, when we did that, we had that conversation.
Interesting. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yep,
love it.
Chuck Norris. You ever see Sidekicks, Drew? Chuck Norris is phenomenal in that. One of the great. He gets to beat up Joe Piscopo. Come on. All right, Katelyn. Last pick.
Last one. All right. For my last one, I'm gonna pick Super Size Me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna pick that one.
He just
But
died.
I saw it on the list, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw it on the list. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pretend to draft that one and see if they think I'm serious. But I'm a bad liar. But yeah, that was another one we watched in school all the time, and I was like, stop making us watch this. Okay, you guys are gonna make fun of me hardcore for this. This is gonna give me no votes. But another one we watch in school all the time, and I have obsessive personality, so I've watched this on repeat. I still watch it as an adult. Don't make fun of me, but give me National Treasure.
Oh, I thought you were about to say The Day After Tomorrow.
Okay, but that was a contender too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
Brandy
is.
loves that. Brandy loves National Treasure.
I was watching, National Treasure. But also, I was almost thinking about Day After Tomorrow. I was watching it yesterday. But I don't know what it is with these movies. They used to make us, these Disney movies, they used to make us watch in school. But I just kept the nostalgia going in my head. But I watch this all the time. I love history. I originally was a history major. And I liked Nick Cage in this movie. I thought it was good, but I know people are gonna make fun of me for it. Especially when you're doing like without a paddle Euro trip, then it's like what National Treasure.
I think I would have made more fun of you if you'd have taken like The Day After Tomorrow or Mean Girls or like one of those. But
hey,
yeah.
it's on my dump list.
National Treasure is a totally watchable movie. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's got Nicolas Cage in it. It's great.
What was it, like a month or two ago? Sam and I went to Celeste and Roxy's, and Roxy had never seen it. We made her sit down and watch it. I was like, she's probably like, what the hell did I just watch? But she was a trooper.
Oh man.
But yeah. Fun fact, by the way, with National Treasure, obviously they steal the Declaration of Independence, and it was funny because Sam and I went there in 2016 during the Pokemon Go phase, and it was a Pokestop. The actual declaration was a Pokestop. Fun fact. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know. I just randomly thought of that. I was surprised that because you're not supposed to take a picture. That's probably what they thought we were all doing.
Do people still play that?
My twin, I think, still does. My twin loves Pokemon, obsessed. And I think they still play it. And I'm sure other people like my twin went to Germany to go to a Pokemon, like a Pokego like festival thing. It's pretty legit.
Interesting.
It's not for everybody, but
yeah, Brandy, I tried. We're not into Pokemon. We tried it for like a couple of weeks, and we're like, eh.
That was the thing. It was like the fun thing for the summer, Shut up, Sam. It was a fun thing for the summer, but the little Pokey nerds, they're still playing. They love it.
Is she hot?
Well, my twin is a boy. Jeez. But yeah, I know Miracle and National Treasure, kind of out of left field, but nostalgic.
Perfectly acceptable films. Before we start to do dump lists, I did get one list from our guy Sean. So this was Sean's list.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
We didn't do Friday Night Lights I like the show more than I like the movie.
And I'm over here thinking it was Remember the Titans the whole time because she's like, I'm picking a movie that's shown in school. I go, I know it's Remember the Titans, and then now look at this, like, Friday Night Lights, not Remember the Titans.
I swear it was National Treasure, The Day After Tomorrow, Miracle on repeat. Elise and McHenry.
Nice.
That's a good list, though. Those are some good
Yeah,
ones.
no, it's a great, the
Great
Team
movies.
America World Police. I love movies that those two did, but
Team America. Sam, when he watches that, I'm like, what is this?
It's almost when you watch it, it's almost too much. You know what I mean? Like marionette fuck scenes. I mean, best Parker and Stone movie, Cannibal the Musical. And if you haven't seen it, You need to.
You could tell, Mailman Jack, I was going to pick Sideways, but in most times when somebody mentions something in the comments and then I pick it, I get yelled at. So I could not.
I
pick
almost didn't
Sideways
take
because you
Dodgeball
brought
just
it up.
because Bogues kept mentioning it. So yeah,
And that's
I got
why
that.
I was like, I can't be that guy tonight. So Sideways is a great movie.
Now I know why Little Giants didn't get picked the other day. Because I kept spamming it in the chat.
That's
Well, we had to pick Clifford.
Yeah, that's true. So I actually made a dump list. I actually made like if you asked me as a 12-year-old, I made my what I would have probably said when I was 12 list.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Cool.
So we got Raising Helen. I love that movie.
Yep.
The Notebook, Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, 13
Ooh.
Going on 30, and Mean Girls. That is probably what 12-year-old Katelyn would have told you.
nice.
Those are all perfectly. I like a good rom-com, so those are that's fine.
My girly picks, and I almost picked The Girl Next Door. I do love that one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I almost picked that, but then I was like,
I actually forgot that was 04.
Yeah, that
I thought it was older than
soundtrack is so good too. I have so many songs on my phone from that movie.
I'm looking at the movies I didn't pick, and I'm looking at them that these would be ones that I would suggest we would watch tonight over the ones on my list, which is unusual how that works. Okay, I really like. You ever see The Girl Next Door?
Yeah,
that's one.
That one's pretty funny.
Yep.
And that one's got again. I really like Garden State.
Yep,
Oh,
Garden State was
I
way
haven't
up
seen
on my
that.
list. It was like 4 or 5 on my list.
I haven't seen
You
that
ever
one
see
in a
Saved?
long time.
Yeah, Saved is great.
That's a really good movie.
That's a really good movie.
Um,
Mandy Moore is such an asshole in that movie.
Well, more in the hilarious, stupid comedy movies. One time recently, within the last couple of years, I sat down and watched Soul Plane. I laughed pretty hard, and Club Dread is pretty.
Club Dread's
forgot
funny.
about that.
Those guys are always funny. That's probably their worst movie, but it's still funny.
And then you got Life Aquatic.
Yeah, Life Aquatic was on my list.
Ray.
I had Ray on my list as well. I'm one of the. Some people don't like Ray. I thought it was really, really well done.
And my last one is Christian Bale as the Machinist.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I should have picked. I should have
picked.
Like,
this year I was going through them. I'm like, there's a lot of good.
It's a good year. Yeah, I was when I picked 04, I was like, this is going to be funny because it's such a bad year. That is, I'm going through the list. I'm like, this isn't a bad year.
It's not too bad.
I think we're going to do this every year where we'll go back, 40, 30, 20.
I like that. Every 10 years. That's a good one.
Yeah, every summer we'll do that, I think.
Yeah, I wish I would have snagged Harold and Kumar and The Girl Next Door for my last two, but that's all right. That's okay.
What is you could go to IMDb and then like click on the year. So I'm like going through it and I'm like, I'll see if I can get into the 350s and even hear of any of these movies. And then start to get to movies where you're like,
I was scrolling forever and I was like, what are these movies?
Yeah, it's a fun ride when you go when you look up the year on IMDb and then you can separate it by review by the rating.
Oh yeah.
And like the viewer rating and like nothing that came out in the United States is anywhere near like the top 100. You're like, okay.
All right.
Like the German Bird with, Frau Herrschmidt.
Yeah, stuff you just never heard of. You're like, what is this? And then I'm like, I should have stopped scrolling. I'm not going to know any of these. But yeah, there was a lot more than I thought there was. That's for sure.
Why did I pick White Chicks for number 1? I don't know that.
Wait, is White Chicks
Brothers?
Yep. Is that 04? Oh, I didn't even see that on the list, did I?
Yep.
That is a good one. I'll have the steak. Smothered in onions. The salad, perhaps not.
I don't remember a single moment of that movie because I think I was super high when I saw it the first time. I haven't watched it again since. But,
that's a good one.
I have quite a few on my list here. So,
all right,
real quick here. We got Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind.
Great movie.
Great movie. Day After Tomorrow, obviously. Mean Girls I had on there. You briefly mentioned Mean Girls. Jersey Girl.
Ooh, I love
Girl's
that
very
one.
adorable. It's
I
sad as
forgot.
hell, but George
Yeah.
Carlin's phenomenal in it. The little girl is a really good actress.
Yeah.
And then the whole Sweeney Todd thing was the funniest thing, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I forgot about that one. It's a good one.
Hellboy.
I'm looking at it right now. I go, how did I forget Hellboy? I love Hellboy.
Secret Window was very
That's a
good.
one, too. That
Oh
was on
yeah,
my list.
Johnny Depp.
Obviously,
The Core. That movie's great.
obviously, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that might be my favorite Harry Potter movie. Either that one or Order of the Phoenix.
Is that the one? Which is the one with Gary Oldman?
That's yeah.
Azkaban?
Yeah, well, Gary Oldman's in both. But I think he dies in Order of the Phoenix. Let me see, what else did I have here? Well, we never talked about Shrek 2. That was the highest grossing movie of the year. I thought it held up with the first one.
I feel like I've only seen the first one. I don't know if I've seen the second one.
The second one's where they turn him human in that one.
Oh, okay. I think I only saw the first one.
But yeah, I thought Shrek 2 was fine. Starsky and Hutch for what it is like a solid movie, actually, for what it is. You can't like take it at any actual value, but they both did really well. I thought Owen is it Owen Wilson? Yeah, Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller were really good in it. Snoop Dogg was funny as Huggy Bear. That was like a perfect role for him. Will Ferrell in the prison is really good.
Because that's the same guy who has done, Old School, The Hangover, the Joker movies. So, like, I got to watch the movie again. It's been a long time. I bet there's some laughs in there.
I didn't even know there was
Damn, they got a Shrek 5 coming?
There's a Shrek 4?
I'm behind.
Yesterday, too, that Eddie Murphy's going to just do a donkey. It's like something with just donkey.
We'll have a Shrek watch party.
That's it. Shrek watch party.
We got to remember to invite Celeste to that one.
Oh, gotcha.
And then obviously I mentioned Hotel Rwanda and $1 Million Baby as kind of a joke, but they're both phenomenal movies.
They are.
$1 Million Baby is like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm laughing as I say that.
Such a good.
Like, I'm dead inside after watching that.
It's
my buddy Kevin is making a joke here. Guess what? Havana Nights actually came out in 2004. So
there's a lot of more 04 movies than I thought, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have trouble.
A movie sequel that I thought took a step back in 2004. I really like Meet the Parents, but Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, Meet the Fockers. I saw that one.
Yeah, was not a fan.
It was not as good as the first one.
I didn't think it was bad.
It wasn't
but
bad.
It's not the first
It wasn't
one.
bad.
It's
It just
not.
wasn't
Yeah.
as good as the first one.
Here's the top.
Asshole.
Here's the top 25. You know what? I'll just zoom in a little more. So there's the top. There's the top
Shark
10.
Tales actually got
Wow, Day After Tomorrow 6. Dang.
Yeah.
Shark Tale actually had De Niro and Scorsese doing voices in that. It's like mob voices. It's ridiculous.
Oh, look at that. Number 10, baby. Let's go.
I did not like iRobot.
I did not hurt that man. The robot's voice. That was ridiculous.
Return of the King. We didn't
Lord
talk
of the
about. Oh no! Wait a minute. So oh no! Yeah, both of these didn't come out that year.
Oh.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Lord of the
Rings. Fuckers was.
I think Lord of the Rings came out that year, but it made $127 million in like 2 weeks.
Oh.
So it came out December 17th.
Mm.
Van Helsing. We didn't talk about. The Grudge. The
Village was.
I saw The Village at the
Wait,
theater.
No, it's not that. Oh, The Grudge. Oh hell no.
Ocean's 12. Princess Diaries 2. The Royal Engagement.
Yeah, one's where it's at.
Along Came Polly. We didn't talk about. That movie's hilarious.
That's a good one.
Scooby-Doo 2.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see Cheaper by the Dozen.
Steve
These are all 04?
Steve Martin's worst movie. Cheaper by the Dozen.
A series of
Hey, I like Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh, that movie's awful.
But I love Hillary Duff. That's why.
Okay, 12-year-old Caitlin enjoyed that one. But
yeah,
I don't
think
Hillary
Duff was in it.
I don't think 30-year-old Caitlin's gonna enjoy that one. The Terminal was good.
Alien versus Predator.
Garfield.
Do you know a
Man,
podcast I
better
could watch
is-
about the Predator, Tony?
What'd you say?
Do you know of a podcast I could watch about the Predator?
I think there's one somewhere around here that you could look into.
Product placement, Taco Bell.
Garfield the movie.
Garfield.
Hey,
the movie.
I like
That's-
Christmas with the Cranks.
That's Bill Murray, right? Garfield. Cold Mountain.
I don't know what that one is.
Wasn't
Jude
that
Law and
Nicole Kidman, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Forgotten Manchurian Candidate.
Remake.
See, there's Big Fish.
But that's 03 though, right? You said
Right. Something's Gotta Give is an underrated movie. I thought that movie was very funny
Yeah, it's not bad.
with Jack and Keaton. Butterfly Effect, Without a Paddle.
Without
Look, here's-
Paddle's way too low on that list.
53, 54, 55 were all our picks. Look at that.
Look at that.
13
Alrighty
going on 30. I love that
Why
one
didn't you pick the Chronicles of Riddick?
too.
Oh man.
These are some good movies. Everyone's got some
Great.
good ones.
Nobody took the passion. No, nobody took the passion. We didn't really talk about it. But yeah, this is why I thought that this was going to kind of be like more of like a comedy episode, because when I looked at that, when I initially looked at that, look at the top. The top 4 are sequels and Passion of the Christ.
Oh yeah.
So, like, you know.
I was telling Sam my list, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm third. I don't want anyone to steal mine." And he looks at my list. He's like, "They're not stealing any of yours." I was like, "Oh, are they bad movies?"
Oh, they're bad, no.
He legit just, they're not stealing those.
Sam's like, they're not good movies. They're not bad.
Yeah, that's right. I said, "Well, I'm keeping National Treasure at the end because I know no one's picking that one."
Did you see Baby Geniuses 2?
Mm-mm.
Forrest
Too
Gump
Fast,
2?
Too
Too
Furious.
Fast, Too Furious?
That's
Too
funny.
Forrest, Too Gump?
Did you see Fat Albert? That came out.
Oh
that
my
quickly.
god, I saw that on the list, and I was like, wait a second, I did see that. Memory unlocked. I forgot that movie existed.
That was a fucking train wreck of a movie. Which is sad because I loved Fat Albert growing up.
Yeah. I love Keenan, and I remember watching it, and I was like, what is this?
One of my favorite SNL sketches is when they did behind the laughter. It was kind of like behind the music, but it's Fat Albert, and he's like, "The first heart attack was bad, but the 7th or 8th were really wake up calls." Anything Bill Cosby still holds up. Good point, Kevin.
Ooh, have you done like an SNL like
We recasted Star Wars using SNL actors.
You could definitely do like an skits. That'd be a
Absolutely.
good one. Yeah, there's so freaking many.
I've talked to I have a text thread with my sister and our friend Autumn, and if I ever do that, they're coming on with me because they're like the biggest SNL dorks ever.
Oh yeah. There's definitely people that are obsessed. There's some good ones for sure.
Oh, Sam's giving Kevin credit. Are you finally willing to admit that we're two distinct people? Drafting Muppet babies with SNL characters?
Muppet baby.
All right, guys. Well, this was a good one. I didn't as we were getting along here, I was like, we're not going to fill an hour, but we got an hour in. So
when I was looking at those
We
movies,
did
I go,
good.
we're going to be able to talk about these movies. This is good.
Yeah.
Good time.
Going to go hop off and watch Without a Paddle now.
there you go. All right. Well, Tony, you got anything you want to plug for us here?
Yes. First off, thank you very much, Brian, for having me. Second, please tune in this Sunday. We are going to be back with At the Show podcast, and we will be talking about Donnie Brasco, Al Pacino film, and we'll be going in depth on that one. And tomorrow there will be the Hookup on Music, which will be coming out. And keep checking out on the sadisticpenguinstudios.com. Articles are dropping every single day. My main man, Yumper, who I do At the Show with, dropped a great one today on I Come in Peace, Dolph Lundgren classic that I'm sure Katelyn has seen more times than any of the movies on her list here.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Classic.
Class.
But,
You're like Baghdad Bob. Oh, I love it.
all
No,
right.
that was a really good article. I need to watch that movie because it sounds so craptastic.
It's good time. A lot of laughs.
Right on. Well, I have something I really want to talk about for just 1 minute before we go. I talked to the people at Playback today a little bit, and turns out they're opening up the gates again with some stuff. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be on the Sadistic Penguin Studios Playback channel doing the NBA draft. So we're going to go. I'm trying to fill the NBA draft is kind of boring for some people and kind of exciting for others. A lot of trades and stuff usually happen. A lot of speculation throughout the night. So I think I'm gonna invite some people on, and we're gonna have a good time. But Playback's gonna be a part of the rotation for me again moving forward. One of the things I found out tonight is that they're offering wrestling again. So we're going to start doing the wrestling playbacks. I don't think we're going to do them every week like I was before because I kind of got burned out on them, to be honest with you. So probably every other week, something like that. So I'm super excited about it. I love doing that. So yeah. So there, shout out to Playback for getting everything back together, and they actually gave me like a special login and some other stuff to work with because I think they used to watch, a couple of those guys used to sit in on us and watch the wrestling ones. I think they had fun, so they wanted me to do it back. So coming back.
Cool.
Drafty Pod will be back next week. I'm not sure which date yet. I'm working it out because one of my guests is on vacation. Hint, hint. So I got to work on a date with him. But we're gonna go back to wrestling for that one. We're gonna do wrestling's biggest monsters. So anybody over 6'10" or 350 pounds, we're gonna draft wrestlers. So that'll be a good one. I always enjoy that. The Bulls are gonna take Michael Jordan. Yeah, Kevin Thompson does only watch the NBA draft with my dad, and he has watched the NBA draft with my dad before. That was like an annual thing when we were growing up. So that's
nice.
pretty funny. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for being on. Katelyn, as always, you ever want to come back, please?
I love it.
Give me some ideas too, because you're good with them.
You got it.
Tony, go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not mad.
I'm not
Tony,
mad.
you know I love you dearly, and I'll have you back again soon. We definitely should have traded up for Sam Bowie, Kevin. I agree. But all right, thank you guys. Episode 48. We got 50 coming around the corner. One more than 50. So I'll have some more news on that. I'm kind of working out an idea on 50. So again, thank you all and have a great evening.